It's Monday, January 13th, 2014, and let's talk about what happened this weekend over at xdadevelopers.com. First up, some device and ROM updates. If you are an owner of the Sony Xperia M, you may be in luck. Thanks to XDA senior member Pecan CM, there's now a functional build of Android 4.4.2 for the Xperia M. This comes with an unofficial version of CyanogenMod 11, and even though it's called an alpha, it is actually supposed to be quite functional. The list of what's working is pretty decently large. However, the developer is still calling it an alpha state. There could be some bugs, there could be some potential issues, so again, do make sure to read through the forum thread for all the details. And apparently this does not work with the dual SIM version of the Xperia M, but XDA senior member Ansibovi has worked out a way to get it to work on that device as well. So like I said, make sure to check out that original thread for all the details. No matter which version of the Xperia M you've got, go ahead and just see if it's going to work out for you. Next up, two different devices had leaked Android updates come out this weekend, or at least sometime in the last week, not exactly sure on the dates there. The first up is of course the leaked firmware, the Android 4.4.2 for the Galaxy S4, specifically the GT-I9505 variant, which from what I understand is the international European type version. If you're not on that variant, it's probably just a hop, skip, and a jump until somebody gets it working on your model of choice, so I would probably check the forum thread there just to see, maybe check your device forum of choice to see if someone has ported this leaked firmware over to it, because it will probably happen in a short amount of time. Additionally, a leaked build of Android 4.3 has been leaked for the Sony Xperia TX, and that's thanks to XDA forum member MN Ming. Now, one of the cool things about this leaked update though is it brings along some of the camera software that's only been available in the Z1 up until now. So very nice to see that Sony might be porting their camera software to work on older devices as well. And keep in mind, if you do want to run this on your TX, you're going to have an unlocked bootloader. But other than that, go ahead and give it a look, give it a try. Now moving away from device and ROM updates and into other stuff, there have been ways to decompile Android applications on your desktop and your laptop without any real issue for a long time now, but they require that you have a lot of dependencies on your device, well, at least on whatever device it is that you're decompiling it on. So if you wanted to do it on your desktop or laptop, you have to have all of these other dependencies in order to rip the things apart. Well, XDA senior member Niranjan94 was not a big fan of that, and so he created an application for Android, which he is calling Show Java, and it's supposed to be an open source application, but he has not released the source yet. However, it is available on the Google Play Store, so you can easily install it on your device, and allows you to decompile and browse the source code, syntax highlighted and everything, of the code of an APK on the device that you have that APK installed on. Actually, no, you don't even have to have the APK installed. You just have to have the APK, you run show Java against it, and then you can actually look through all the source code to see if it's something that you want to have on your device, or maybe even possibly make changes to that code and then make it back into an APK, although I don't think show Java is going to allow you to reintegrate everything. The app itself does use a couple of other dependencies, but you should not have to go actually install those yourself. It should be installed as a part of the process of getting it from the Play Store. And according to the developer, this is still to be considered an alpha application. A quick look at the Play Store, it seems that it's been installed somewhere between 10 and 50 times, so sort of take that with a grain of salt. The biggest issue that seems to be coming out of it is it's kind of slow to decompile the app, but that's just a matter of time and optimization, figuring out where the bottlenecks might lie, and lack of support for system applications. But one way or another, if you've ever just wanted to know a little bit more about Java applications on your device from your device, now you can do that. And the last story I wanted to talk about, something kind of interesting to me because I've done a lot of server admin work in the past. A little while back, Google announced Android Device Manager, where you could effectively take your device of choice and then go to their web service and click a button and send a ring message to it, or you could locate it, or any number of sort of device management things because of the back-end Google services framework. It's something you have to actually enable on the device, so it's not like it's just turned on all the time on every single device by default or anything, but it is a really neat utility. But again, at the same time, you're tied into that Google framework. You're tied into those Google services, and what if they decide to take them away? Kind of like they did with Reader, and I'm still a little bit about that. Well, XDA senior member FM Strat is apparently not a fan of this as well, so he's created Open Device Manager in order to address this sort of issue. The application, everything about it, is supposed to be open source, available on GitHub, but the one thing to keep in mind there is it does require you to actually host it on your own, which while that sounds amazing, and he says it is a relatively short and simple process to do, for someone who's not a system admin, it's not going to be very quick and very trivial to do. Still definitely on the geek technical side of things. It's something I would definitely consider doing if I weren't just going to give in to the Google side of things. But one way or another, if you are feeling a little bit paranoid about using Google for your device management, if you're feeling a little paranoid that they might take it away sometime, or if you just don't want Google to have their prodding little fingers in the back end of your device and you want to do it all by yourself, you can definitely go ahead and give this a try on your local server. You might put it out in the cloud. I mean, of course, you're going to have some sort of cloud access to it if you want it to be somewhat useful. Still, read through the forum thread. You can get all the details on it and get it up and going in a relatively short amount of time if you have experience setting up servers. Yeah. Anyway, the very last thing to mention, 3 other videos were posted to XDA Developer TV this week, sort of rounding out the last of our CES 2014 coverage. In the first one, we took a look at all the Android stuff that's new and upcoming at the Samsung booth, looking at the Note Pro and Tab Pro and the new Galaxy Camera 2. Then we headed on over to the Huawei booth and took a look at the Ascend Mate 2 4G. And then TK showed up and did an interview with the creator of the O-Mate smartwatch. So if you'd like to see any of that, I'll have the links to all of those things down in the video description, as well as everything else that I've talked about, as well as my YouTube channels, just in case you want to keep up and follow me and stuff. There should also be a CES 2014 playlist over on the XDA Developers channel, so you can see all of the videos that we made while we were there. I've also got a CES 2014 playlist over on my Tool.tv channel, so you can see all the videos I made while I was there for my channel. Plugging my stuff there, gotta do it. But anyway, just keep in mind, if you like this video, leave us a thumbs up down below, we definitely appreciate it. Subscribe to receive our content as soon as it becomes available. Thank you so much for watching though, and I will see you again on probably Wednesday. Bye guys.